Have you ever felt lost? Not just misplacing your keys or forgetting a name, but truly, deeply lost. Lost in the vastness of existence, adrift in a sea of questions with no land in sight. Where do we come from? Where are we going? And what, if anything, does it all mean? These are the questions that have haunted humanity since we first looked up at the stars and wondered about our place in the cosmos. These are the questions that fuel our art, our philosophies, our religions, and these are the questions at the heart of Franz Kafka's enigmatic masterpiece, The Castle. Kafka, a writer who lived in the shadow of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, gave us stories filled with anxiety, alienation, and the struggle to connect in a world that seems determined to keep us apart. The Castle, published after his death, is perhaps his most potent exploration of these themes. It's a story of one man's relentless pursuit of something he can't quite grasp, a journey into the heart of a mystery that may have no answer. Join me as we journey with K, the protagonist of this strange and compelling tale, into the village that lies in the shadow of the castle. We'll explore the winding paths of his quest, the obstacles he faces, and the elusive nature of the truth he seeks. And perhaps, along the way, we'll discover something about our own search for meaning in a world that often feels like a puzzle with missing pieces. Entering the labyrinth, K's arrival. Imagine arriving in a new place, a place you've journeyed to with purpose and anticipation. But instead of a warm welcome, you're met with suspicion, confusion, and a suffocating sense of wrongness. This is K's experience as he steps into the village that lies beneath the imposing shadow of the castle. He arrives late at night, exhausted from his journey. The villagers are already asleep, their houses dark and silent. He seeks shelter at the inn, but even there, he encounters a strange and unsettling atmosphere. The innkeeper questions him relentlessly, demanding to know his identity, his purpose, his permission to be in this place. K insists he's a land surveyor, summoned by the castle authorities. But his claims are met with doubt and bureaucratic hurdles. Kafka masterfully creates an atmosphere of suffocating bureaucracy. Forms, permits, regulations, they seem to govern every aspect of life in the village. Even the simplest requests are met with endless procedures and baffling protocols. K finds himself trapped in a labyrinth of officialdom. He's constantly being watched, questioned, and redirected. He tries to make sense of the rules, to navigate the system, but it's like trying to grasp smoke. The harder he tries, the more elusive the truth becomes. Yet, despite the frustration and the growing sense of alienation, K remains determined. He clings to the belief that he has a right to be there, that he has a purpose to fulfill. He wants to reach the castle, to connect with the authorities who supposedly summoned him. But the castle, like everything else in this strange place, remains just out of reach. What is it about the castle that draws K so powerfully? Is it a desire for recognition, for acceptance, for a sense of belonging? Or is it something more profound, a yearning for meaning and purpose in a world that seems to offer neither? The absurdity of power. The castle's bureaucracy. Imagine a system of power so vast, so intricate, that it defies comprehension. A bureaucracy where rules are constantly shifting, where officials are anonymous and unreachable, and where even the smallest decisions are subject to endless layers of approval. This is the reality that K confronts in his quest to reach the castle. The castle's bureaucracy is a force unto itself, a labyrinthine structure that governs every aspect of life in the village. It's a system designed to maintain control, to enforce conformity, and to keep outsiders like K at bay. Power in this world is faceless and distant. Officials communicate through messengers, their decisions shrouded in secrecy. They are the unseen forces that pull the strings, dictating the lives of the villagers and frustrating K's every attempt to gain access to their ranks. K soon learns that the traditional paths to power, logic, reason, and direct appeals are useless in this system. He writes letters, makes phone calls, seeks introductions, but his efforts are met with silence, delays, or contradictory instructions. The bureaucracy operates on its own internal logic, a logic that seems designed to thwart any attempt at understanding or penetration. It's a system that thrives on ambiguity, where rules are interpreted arbitrarily and decisions are based on whims rather than reason. This absurdity of power is one of the central themes of The Castle. Kafka shows us how power can be used to oppress and control, how it can create a sense of helplessness and alienation. Chaos' struggle against the bureaucracy is a metaphor for the individual's struggle against the impersonal forces that shape our lives. But even in the face of this seemingly insurmountable obstacle, K refuses to give up. He continues to search for a way to reach the castle, to find some meaning or purpose in this absurd and frustrating world. The illusion of hope, false promises and dead ends. In the midst of K's struggle, glimmers of hope appear. Characters emerge who seem to offer assistance, guidance, even a shortcut to the castle. But these hopes, like mirages in the desert, often prove illusory, leading K further into the maze of frustration and despair. There's the village teacher, who claims to have knowledge of the castle's workings, but his information is vague and contradictory. There's the barmaid at the Herrenhof, who seems to hold some sway with the officials, but her promises of help are fleeting and unreliable. And there's Barnabas, the messenger, who offers to deliver K's pleas to the castle, but his messages seem to disappear into the void. Each encounter offers a tantalizing glimpse of progress, a potential way out of the bureaucratic labyrinth. But each time, K's hopes are dashed. The advice proves useless, the promises are broken, the messages go unanswered. This cycle of hope and disillusionment takes a toll on K. He begins to question his own perceptions, his own sanity. Is he misinterpreting the signs? Is he making mistakes that are preventing him from reaching his goal? The more he interacts with the villagers, the more isolated he feels. They seem to accept the absurdity of the system, resigned to their powerlessness. But K refuses to give in. He continues to struggle, to seek answers, even as the world around him seems to grow increasingly hostile and incomprehensible. Kafka masterfully portrays the psychological impact of this constant disappointment. K's growing frustration and isolation are palpable. He becomes increasingly suspicious, even paranoid, seeing enemies and obstacles everywhere he turns. The illusion of hope, the constant dangling of possibilities that are then snatched away, serves to deepen K's sense of alienation and despair. He is trapped in a cycle of false promises and dead ends, a victim of a system that seems designed to crush his spirit and deny him any sense of belonging or purpose. The human connection. K's relationships. In the midst of K's lonely struggle, human connection offers a glimmer of warmth and possibility. He forms relationships with the villagers, relationships that are complex, often fraught with tension, but also filled with moments of genuine intimacy and understanding. Frida, the barmaid, becomes K's lover. She is drawn to his strength and determination, seeing in him a potential escape from her own limited existence. Their relationship is passionate, but also unstable, marked by jealousy and insecurity. Olga, from the Barnabas family, offers K a different kind of connection. She is compassionate and insightful, offering him glimpses into the hidden workings of the village and the complexities of the castle bureaucracy. Their bond is one of intellectual and emotional support, a refuge from the coldness and indifference of the officials. And then there's Barnabas, the young messenger, who becomes K's devoted follower. He sees in K a figure of authority, someone who can challenge the system and bring about change. His loyalty is unwavering, but his naivete and eagerness to please often lead K down false paths. These relationships offer K moments of respite from his struggle, a sense of belonging in a world that often feels alien and hostile. They provide him with emotional support, practical assistance, and glimpses of human connection in the midst of the impersonal bureaucracy. But these relationships also complicate his quest. His involvement with Frida leads to conflict with the other villagers and jeopardizes his position as the land surveyor. Olga's insights into the castle's workings often leave him more confused than enlightened. And Barnabas's blind faith in K's abilities can lead to unrealistic expectations and misguided actions. Kafka explores the paradoxical nature of human connection. It can be a source of strength and solace, but it can also be a source of conflict and distraction. K's relationships, like everything else in the castle, are a mix of hope and disappointment, offering glimpses of meaning and purpose, while also hindering his progress towards his elusive goal. The question remains, will these connections ultimately help or hinder K in his quest? Will they lead him closer to the castle, or will they trap him further in the village, entangled in the complexities of human relationships and the endless pursuit of meaning and belonging? The unreachable goal. The nature of the castle throughout K's journey. The castle looms over him, a constant presence, a silent observer. It is the ultimate goal of his quest, the source of his longing, and yet it remains forever out of reach. But what does the castle represent? What is it that K so desperately seeks within its walls? The castle is a symbol, a multifaceted enigma that has captivated readers and critics for generations. Some see it as a representation of divine authority, a stand-in for God, elusive and unknowable. Others interpret it as the embodiment of truth, a source of ultimate knowledge and understanding that remains tantalizingly beyond our grasp. Still others see it as an unattainable ideal, a perfect world that exists only in our dreams and aspirations. Kafka himself never explicitly defined the castle's meaning, leaving it open to interpretation. This ambiguity is essential to the novel's power. It allows us to project our own desires, fears, and anxieties onto the castle, making it a mirror that reflects our own individual quests for meaning and purpose. K's relentless pursuit of the castle, his unwavering belief that he has a right to be there, speaks to the human desire for acceptance, for belonging, for a sense of place in the world. We all long to be recognized, to be validated, to find a place where we truly belong. But the fact that K never actually reaches the castle is crucial to the novel's message. Kafka suggests that the true meaning of our existence lies not in achieving some ultimate goal, but in the journey itself. It is in the struggles, the setbacks, the relationships we form along the way that we discover who we are and what truly matters. The castle, like many of our own aspirations, may ultimately prove to be unattainable. But the pursuit itself, the unwavering commitment to our quest, can transform us, shape us, and lead us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. K's journey, though seemingly ending in failure, is ultimately a journey of self-discovery. He may not have reached the castle, but he has confronted the absurdity of the world, the complexities of human relationships, and the depths of his own desires and motivations. And in that confrontation, he has found a different kind of truth, a truth that resides not in some external goal, but within himself. So, what do you think? What meaning do you find in K's never-ending quest? Does the castle represent something different to you? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and interpretations. If you enjoyed this exploration of Kafka's The Castle, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more deep dives into literature and philosophy. And don't forget to share this video with anyone who you think might appreciate a journey into the heart of existentialism and the search for meaning.